So hi everyone, and welcome back to webinar 2 of our lunchtime series. So for those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Mary and I'm here with my colleague Julie Ann Bergen, and we're running another set of these for this week. We ran some last week and we're moving on from that. So today what I'm going to talk about in this lunchtime webinar is just around TextAid. And this is an online tool, and it's a really useful tool for those who may have challenges with reading and writing. I suppose the tool itself is useful for everyone, but in particular, like I said, for those with challenges with reading and writing. When you Google TextAid, it'll come up straight away. It's produced by Readspeaker, and you can see here that this is the icon for it. So when you see that, you're on the right website. When you open up the website, you'll see a page just like this page here, and that's just letting you know a little bit about it and how to sign up. Just to give you background into the company that creates this or that produce this software, it's created by Readspeaker, and they're a Netherlands-based company, and they produce TTS, which is text-to-speech software for businesses and organizations around the world, really. They are a very established company. I think they started in 2011. So one of the things about this particular tool that I'm going to talk to you about today is that this is available completely online, which has its pros, which means that you can use this on any device, anywhere. So that's a really, really good, I suppose, feature of this particular tool. I suppose the con of that is that unfortunately you need to be online to be able to use it. So I suppose keep that in the back of your mind. You can, like I here on the right hand side, just looking at the website, you can see down the bottom there's an option for a free trial. So you get a 14-day free trial. And what I'd say is, if this is something that you are interested in after the webinar today, please try out the free trial, because there's loads of little extra tools that I won't go into that is available on it. It is after that $4.90 a month if you want to buy a personal license for it, and then there's licenses for organizations as well. And as far as I know, this particular company, not only do they offer a license for a year, but they also offer a license for 3 years. And that's really useful if you're putting in an application, in particular for schools, for a student going forward, maybe from first year to the junior cert, or from junior cert on to leaving cert. So just keep that in mind in the back of your head, that they do offer that 3-year pricing as well. So just to talk about the key features. So the key features with this particular tool is that this can be used anywhere, anytime, on any device. And that's really useful because you can use it in college or school or in work, on your laptop. On your way home, you can be using it on your phone, and at home then you can log into your home computer and use it as well. So it's completely online. It has up to 20 different languages. It has those really useful tools for any students who have challenges with their reading, in particular maybe students with dyslexia, because it incorporates the reading ruler, and it also incorporates text highlighting, as well as other tools which I'll do in the demo in a few minutes time. A nice little feature that is added in is a talking calculator, which can be really useful. I'm always looking for talking calculators for students, so it's nice that this is built into it in this particular tool. You can import your documents. It'll read any document for you, your PDFs, your Word documents, your Google Docs, and it also has built-in OCR reader. Another nice feature that I like about it is that any of those documents that you add into the tool, you can create MP3 players or MP3 files of those, so audio files, so you can download those, and I suppose you can listen to those then offline. You have word prediction and auto completion also included in it. And another nice feature is the personalization of it. So you can change your reading speed, you can change the text color, the size and the font. And again, this particular tool has Open Dyslexia font built into it. So who is this most suitable for? So personally myself, I think this is suitable for everybody. I think it's really useful for yourself. We're all consuming, I suppose, information in different formats. It's very universally designed, so I think it would benefit anybody. I suppose it's ideally suited for anyone struggling with reading and writing. For anybody that is doing research, there's some nice features in there where you can look up websites from words, and you can also use a highlighter tool to pull all the information from a document. You just highlight it and you pull it. Again, I'll show you that feature in the demo. For proofreading, again, for anybody with challenges with reading or writing, or with writing in particular, challenges around the spelling of words, is it the right spelling, is it the right word, how that sounds, the punctuation, all that, it's really nice for that. And then for anybody who has a different learning style, because it presents the information in different modals, so it's really nice for that. So I'm going to pop into the demonstration now, and basically I'm just going to take a quick tour of the application. Like I said, pop on the website. There's some lovely videos there and some more information. I also have kind of a quick sheet on it that I can send on to anybody who's interested in that as well. So just let us know, and I can email that on to you after the session today. So in the demonstration, I'm just going to look at the interface, going to look at there's also a browser extension in this, show you how you can listen to the text, how you can make the text easier to read, annotations just to help you with understanding that text, the research tools like I just mentioned, the highlighter, the translate and the writing assistant. So I'm going to pop in now to the actual tool itself. So when you set up your trial account and you log in, this is the interface. This is what you're going to see. So on the left hand side here, straight away you can see that it's telling you about the tool and how to use it. It's giving you a little video there as well, so you can have a look at that in your own time. And up here at the right hand side, you can see that it's me that's logged into it, and this interface will look similar on all your devices. So once you have, and it's quick to set up, you just your email address and a password. So on the left hand side here, if I press play.
Welcome to Readspeaker TextAid.
I hope you
to get going, you can click on.
You can see that automatically without any real, I don't have to do anything really. I'm gone in there and I'm already reading it's already reading out for me what's on that document, and it's highlighting nicely for me, and it's got a green background highlight with a blue highlighting the word. So just to draw your attention now to the browser. So when I set up first, I went in here to the right hand side, and there was a little tool up here, and that offered me the option of adding the browser tool, the add-on browser tool. So it was very straightforward to add it in. So I have it added in up here. When I click here on this little jigsaw puzzle, you can see here that I have the Readspeak add-on for Chrome. You can also add it on for Microsoft Edge, and like I said, very easy to add on once you're logged in. So now I'm just going to go up here. I've a Wikipedia just website open here just to show you how that web browser extension tool can work for you. So if I click here and on my little jigsaw puzzle to the top right and select my Readspeaker TextAid, it'll pop up this little box for me. So I just wanted to move it up there out of the way just a little bit. So what I do now is I can select some text from here. And I can press listen, or I can press play.
The English Wikipedia is the primary.
And I can pause it, I can stop it, and so on. So you can see there that it's working really well. This is just a Wikipedia website, and that extension is working really nicely with very little setup, I suppose, and very little instruction. It's intuitive enough. If I hit the cog here, I have all these options that I can actually personalize the way the highlighting is presented to me. I can change the color, I can change the text, and I can change the text section color, sorry, and I can also change the text color. So that's a really nice feature there. Another one is I can change the speed. So for some people, having the speed slower works really well because of auditory processing, and for others, increasing that reading speed works really well. So I can change that there with just that sliding tool. Another feature here is just changing the language. So I'm in British English here, but you can change the language in there as well. And finally, the other feature there, I'm sorry, is this feature here, which I really like. And this is where I can select a section called a snapshot. So once I click it, I can select this section here. And what it does is it brings it out in a little pop-up box for me.
The English Wikipedia is the primarily closing square bracket English.
So it's pulling that information from all this information in the background, which is, it just makes it clearer for me and easier for me to read. So that's just the add-on Chrome, the little add-on extension there for Chrome, or like I said, for Microsoft Edge. That's really useful for reading web pages. So I'm going to go back in now to the interface for when I'm logged into the Readspeaker TextAid here, and I'm going to show you some of the other features that's available to me here. So like I said, this will read any document for me, and how it works so that it can work on any device is it allows me to upload documents into a library. So on the left hand side here, there's a little TextAid library box, and if I click on that, it should open up my library for me. Sorry now. There we go. So it's opened up my library there for me. And in here, I can open up anything from my shared drive, so from my Google Drive or my OneDrive. I can create a folder. So here I've created some folders, and again, self-explanatory. Once you go into create folder, it step-by-step guides you in creating those folders. Really useful if, you know, for a student, if they want to set up their own folders in here for the different subjects that they're doing. In here, so once I have my folder created, then I can start uploading a document. So like I said, I can upload any document. I can upload a Word document, a PDF, and even a picture document as well. Or I can go to the internet, and if I have a web address, I can upload that there as well. But I'm going to upload from my computer, so I can select a document. So I'm going to select something here from my downloads. I'm going to open it up, and I click upload. And that has uploaded that document successfully for me. So I can close this now, and automatically then it'll just open up the folder where that document is. So I'm going to go in here and open up the document. And now I can do loads with this document. So I suppose just to start with there, I'm going to just go down along here and show you all the individual tools that we can start using. So I can print the document, but the nice one here is the audio. So I can select here, just this little box. It asks me about, do I agree to download the file? I say yes. And now that has downloaded that file for me as an MP3. So if I select here, go into my downloads, that's the MP3 there. And I can listen to that. The other feature here then is, so these are some of my tools that I can use for following the document or having a look through the document. So I have Page Mask. So you can see there the way it's masking off the rest of the page, and it's just allowing me to have a look at a sliver of the information bit by bit. And I'm moving that up and down with my mouse, but I can also set that up to move up and down with the arrow keys. Here I can plus and minus, I can make that bigger or I can make it smaller. Close that off. Back into my tools here again, and this offers me the reading ruler. So again, all these tools are physical tools that we use with our students who have dyslexia all the time. So this is just those features reproduced here on this online web tool. Again, I can increase the size or decrease the size of that there. Here's my calculator, my talking calculator. So
7 times 3. 7 times 3 equals 21.
Nice there, and I can enable speech or I can switch that off. And finally, my tools there, I've got a setting cog, and in that setting cog, I can change any of those colors of the page masking, or I can change any of the colors of the reading ruler as well. I can change the transparency as well for that. So that's just a nice way of personalized again for the end user. And once I change the personalization here across all my devices, that will be changed for me. So moving on, then I've got annotation here, and I can switch on my annotation there. And if you see there on the right hand side, this little box has popped up here for me. So now I can start adding some notes just to help me understand this bit better. So I can, or even just to help me with my studying later on. So I can put in a post-it and I can say TTS, very important. For next week's exam. And you can see there the word predictor starting to come up there, and I can listen to the word first before I
examine.
So that's also switched on there for me. I can delete this note then once I'm finished, but I suppose the nice thing about this is once I make the annotation, I don't have to worry about saving it. It automatically saves as I go. I can also put some text in there. So again, I can add a little text note box in there, or I can circle something, say that's really important. I can change the color of that to red. I can underline stuff. So loads of little things there that I would normally use on the physical version of the document, I suppose. And like I said, once they're all done, then they're automatically saved. This is the feature that I suppose is really nice, is the highlighting tool. And this is really nice for researching. So what I can do here is I can grab I can select a highlight color. And again, I can highlight this part here. I can say, okay, TTS is a type of assistive technology. And then I'll go again and I'll say, with a click of a button or touch of a finger. And then the next line here is really, really important. So I'm going to highlight that in red. So TTS can work on computers or digital devices and convert them into audio. So that's really important for me. Right now. Sorry, now I'll just start that there again. Sorry. So I'll just select that section. And now I'm going to select this section in red, and I'm going to select how text-to-speech works in blue. Now that I've those highlighted in different colors, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the hamburger menu and I'm going to collect and download all those highlights. And I'm going to, I want to collect the highlights from the entire document. You can also just collect from one page. I want to sort the highlights by color, but I also have the option of by position in the text, and show color indicators. So yes, it'll show the color indicators for me, and show borders. I'm not going to turn that on because I find that a little bit, it's just a bit excessive, but some people might like that, but I'm going to leave that off, and I'm going to collect and download. So automatically it opens up another page here for me, and in this page you can see that I have it has pulled that information from the document. So for somebody doing research, or for somebody trying to maybe go back over and study the document, but they don't want all the information, this is a nice feature for them to be able to pull out those sections and have it separate. And then on the top here, you can see that I've all the options here to format this document for myself. So what I can do, I can bold the writing, I can italic it, I can put in bullet points, I can do a spell check here, and I can change the fonts, or I can make the fonts bigger, I can change the speed, all that stuff when it's reading back to me. But what I do want to do is, in this particular one here, is I'll just draw your attention to the recording here. So you have here, I can dictate in here, and I can put a heading on my document, and I can say, these are the notes for my exam on Friday. And I can insert that text. So that's just after giving a heading there for me. So I know that these are the notes for the exam on Friday that I've extracted. So that's a really nice feature there within it, just to do that whole research section. In here as well, what I'm going to show you is just some other features as well that are available to me on all my documents. So if I click on the 3 dots here at the bottom left-hand side, I can change how this reads to me. And again, this feature is available to me on all the documents that I've uploaded. So I can change the reading voice, I can change the reading speed, I can pause between words. And again, this is really useful for anybody that needs that whole I suppose document read more slowly to them, and they need that pause in between just so they can process the words. Back in here again, then I can change the text. So this is where I was saying to you, I can change the text color, the background color, I can change the text size, so I can increase it, I can make it smaller, I can change the font. So, and down below here, you can see I'm getting a preview even before I change it. I'm getting a nice preview. So really nice there for a student when they're personalizing this for themselves as well. And then the highlighting. So again, I can change, very similar to like my extension earlier on there on the web browser. I can change any of the highlighting sections here as well to suit myself. And again, you get a little preview on the bottom there. That's not going to work really well. That's very dark, but you get the preview. So before, I suppose, you commit to it, you can have a good look at how it's going to look. So they're kind of the main features that I wanted to draw your attention to about the whole this whole tool, I suppose. Like I said, there's loads of other features that I'm not going to touch on today, but what I'd say to you is definitely get the 14-day trial, and TextAid are really good. If you feel that you want more than a 14-day trial, I can send you on a link to one of the girls that works with the company, and she's very open to giving people more of an extension on that trial if they want to use it for a student, you know, or if you have reasoning behind, you know, why you'd like a more extended trial. So with this particular tool, I suppose, ideas for use, it's really useful for anybody who has bimodal learning. So like I was saying, it's universally designed. So anybody that requires, you know, to have the visual as well as the auditory feedback, it's really good for that. It's really useful for if you're on the go. So in particular, I suppose, what comes to mind to me is students, especially I suppose college students, they're on the go. They can have this available on any of their devices, and they can also download those media files, which that's really helpful. Anybody with a visual impairment or light sensitivity, again, because that universal design, they can consume the information using different modals. And for anybody learning a language, I suppose what I didn't show you there was that you can translate. So it does have the option to translate into different languages, which is a really nice feature as well. So really useful for anybody that is learning a second language. Other alternative apps, I suppose, are devices. So on your iOS, on your iPad or on your phone, you have that speech selection, which is built into the iOS devices. And you can set that up really easily yourself. It's in the accessibility features. On the Android, you have the option of text to speech, again, built into the accessibility features. And then on Windows, which we're going to look at tomorrow, you have Read Write Gold. And I suppose that's a very similar application to what we looked at today. And you also have Clara Read, but just to let you know that Clara Read is going to be discontinued, I think, in the next couple of months. But Read Write Gold are kind of taking over from them. So I'm delighted to say I've finished right on time, I think. So thank you so much for your time today. And if you've any questions, please ask. And like I said, if you want any of that information, sorry, if you'd like any of that information, I can send you on the document, and I can also send you on the link to that lady who works with them if you'd like an extension on your trial. Thanks so much.